For a game that's supposed to celebrate driving, I've always felt like Forza Horizon 5's map was kind of just its weakest point. Don't get me wrong, Mexico looks great visually, sure, but when you actually drive it, a lot of the landscape feels flat. And I just don't mean visually flat, I mean like dynamically flat. Most of the roads are long, wide, and fairly straight. Elevation changes are minimal, corners are predictable, and after a while, it just starts to feel like you're cruising instead of actually driving. Don't get me wrong, it's fun at first, but once the novelty wears off, the map just doesn't really push you as a driver. This is where the Rally Adventure DLC gets interesting. The expansion completely changed how the game felt. Suddenly you had tighter, more technical roads, constant elevation changes, blind corners, and way more verticality. The winding mountain roads actually demanded focus. The cars felt different depending on suspension, grip, and weight, and it wasn't just about speed anymore. It was about control. And honestly, it feels like the developers have been using that DLC as a testing ground. For Forza Horizon 6, it really looks like they took everything that worked in the Rally expansion and built on the new game around it. More elevation, more road variety, less open, less empty space, and more intentional track design. The terrain looks more than layered. The roads feel like they're designed for driving, not just for looking good on a map. If that's the case, then Forza Horizon 5 may end up being remembered as the experiment and Horizon 6 is the payoff. A game that finally balances beautiful environments with roads that are actually exciting to drive. And if they get that right, this could be one of the best games that we've ever seen in the Forza Horizon franchise. One of the biggest problems with Forza Horizon, and honestly just the thing that makes a lot of its issues a lot worse, is how completely meaningless the progression feels. From the moment you start the game, it just showers you with cars and money. Supercars, hypercars, rare vehicles, and it all comes so fast that nothing feels special. You'll finish one race and unlock 3 cars, level up twice, and before you know it, you've got no idea what to do with all this money. There's no sense in working towards anything because the game refuses to let you feel behind. At least older Horizon games had at least some sense of pacing. You started slower, learned the map, built your garage, but in Horizon 5 you skip straight to the end game within the first couple of hours, and then once you're there, that's kind of just it. The lack of progression also hurts the story. And not just that the story was strong to begin with anyway. The characters are forgettable, the dialogue is painfully safe, and everything feels overly cheerful to the point where it's honestly hard to care. There's no edge, no personality, no moments that stick with you. You're not invested with the people and you're not invested with the outcome. They exist purely to funnel you into more events and rewards. And those events, well, they start to blur together quite quickly. Most races feel identical. Same layouts, same formats, same results. You're rarely forced to adapt your driving style or rethink your world. It's either racing, dirt, cross country. Structure lays largely the same. There aren't enough standout races that feel handcrafted or memorable. It's quantity over quality. The laid-back difficulty isn't even helping the case. Even on higher settings, the game rarely pushes you. Races feel forgiving, mistakes don't matter much, and winning is often a given unless you actively try and lose. There's honestly very little tension, because the game is constantly reassuring you that you're doing great. That might sound appealing, but it removes any sense of challenge or satisfaction. When you combine all of this, the weak progression, bland story, and repetitive races, the easy difficulty, and the constant flood of rewards, you end up with a game that looks incredible but feels strangely hollow. Now, I'll be completely honest here. I'm not really one to talk because I literally have 1,000 hours on this game because it's just so mindlessly fun to just drive around for long periods of time. But in terms of story, it's just empty, man. Just empty. For all the issues that Forza Horizon 5 has, one thing it absolutely gets right is the driving physics. This is where the game really shines. The cars feel heavy, and that's a good thing. When you brake late, you feel the weight transfer. When you throw a car into a corner too fast, it doesn't just magically snap back into place. There's momentum. There's consequence. And that alone puts Horizon miles ahead of most open world racing games. Each car actually feels like it has mass. Big GT cars feel planted but slow to react. Lightweight cars feel sharp and twitchy. SUVs and off-road builds genuinely feel tall and unstable at speed. You're not just steering animations, you're managing weight, grip and balance, and the game never tells you it. That's where Horizon's biggest strength lies, the balance between arcade and simulation. It's not trying to be a full sim like Assetto Corsa or iRacing, but it's not mindless arcade driving where physics barely matter. I'm looking at you, Asphalt. You can hop in with assists on and still have a good time, but as you turn things off, traction control, stability control, assisted braking, the depth just becomes obvious. The game quietly rewards better driving without ever locking casual players out. What's especially impressive is how forgiving the physics are without feeling fake. You can save slides, correct mistakes, and push cars beyond their limits, but it's still believable. When you mess up, you usually know why you messed up. That feedback loop is crucial, and Horizon pretty much nails it. Even in tuning, plays into this well. Small adjustments to suspension, tyre pressure, and gearing can actually change how the car behaves. But you don't need to be an engineer to feel the difference. The options are there if you want to go deeper, but it's completely accessible. Despite the repetitive races and weak progression, people keep coming back to Forza Horizon 5. Just the acting of driving itself is fun. Whether you're cruising, drifting, or pushing for lap times, the cars feel convincing enough in a way that just few arcade-style races manage. At its core, Horizon 5 understands something important. If the driving doesn't feel good, then nothing else matters. Even with its flaws, it delivers one of the best blends of accurate arcade accessibility and simulation realism in modern racing games. The foundation is strong, and if future Horizon titles better build systems around it, the series could genuinely hit its peak. That's it for today's video. Thank you guys so much for watching. If you made it this far, you probably enjoyed the video, so I'd really love it if you guys could like and subscribe and share the video. Now, I'll be making some content like this every now and then. Thank you guys so very much for watching again. Take care.